other Big 12 coach ever.
Yeah, just edged out the Bill Self's first 2 years at Kansas. They lost 2, they won 2, they got to 3.
Of February, that was Valentine's Day. It was like a Valentine's Day massacre for the Aggies, and yet they've rebounded from that, and here they are 2. Yep.
What a horrible start.
Singletary. Oh, he lost the handle and gets the first field goal for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, some fans wanting a double.
Pull up, no good. Dash Harris lost to Texas A&M. And the Aggies outshot the Red Raiders 51.
As Brian Davis, you can't get baited into a situation like that. You could end up getting 27% for the season, but he can knock down that shot.
Reed, you were there when he hit a big 3 against Arizona.
Off the bench, down.
If you don't want to just watch the ball, watch Bosco running around, picks being set for him, trying to get free. Nice little fade away by Mike Singletary. Bosco, tough shot there.
Good defense.
I think Mark Turgeon's a little bit upset that his team getting away from their offense a little bit.
Good steal.
Another turnover. Lewandowski gets it up. Singletary. Mark Turgeon's probably close to a timeout. Yeah. And there's some life in the Red Raiders. We're back after this from your friends at Phillips 66.
Getting out, running the floor. Darko running the floor in transition. So a little bit of life from the Red Raiders, and you look up and they're only down by 12 and back step. I like it when big fellas step to the basket. I can hear my old Hall of Fame coach Guy Lewis yelling out to the Kings.
Here comes Singletary. Well, he got to the basket too easy, didn't he?
Brian Davis never did any
of the Aggie defense.
But look where he starts from. I mean, that's just nobody rotating over. Who's the most important guy on the floor?
Guy with the ball.
The guy with the ball. You got to stop the guy with the ball. You see all those white shirts. A lot of one-on-one basketball.
Nice rebound by Singletary, and he is fouled.
Be the star of the Baylor game, but not sure you would expect that.
Moses with that 18 points, he tied a career high. He set 3 other times. Can't get past Texas or at UNLV when Tarkanian was the coach there, where they'd be in a zone and then they'd yell shark and boom, they go into a man-to-man. I don't know, 8 minutes.
Only 10 points, 3 for 9 from the floor, 2 for 5 from behind the three-point line. Derek Rowland doing what Derek Rowland does, and now Mike Singletary's on fire. That is just the 5th.
You wonder, will this be the momentum switch back in favor of the Aggies?
Unselfish play by Mike Singletary. Alan Bosco's coming down the court. He went woo and threw it back to him. The way that Mike Singletary's going right now, I would just keep shooting the ball if I was this young man.
Look at that smile.
Well, Mike Singletary, 7 for 21 from behind the line for the season, just 4 for 10 in Big 12 action. Hits 1, you hear the yell, and caught the ball, and why not? Knocks down 2 in a row for Mike Singletary. Well, partner, we got a 5-point ball game.
Yeah, this is as close as it's been.
Never saw him chasing the same rebound and just ran him over. Good move.
Singletary has taken over this game.
Strong. Boy, that's strong. Boy, that's a different bench, isn't it?
Singletary with 26 points. An incredible second-half surge by Mike Singletary.
But you see him go into the defender. I mean, the energy and the passion that Mike Singletary to this Red Raider team, I didn't see it coming. I thought they were done.
I did too. When they were down 22 in this game, I thought it was all but over, but it's not anywhere close to being over. Singletary, and you wonder, at some point they're going to put Rowland on him, won't they?
I don't know. He's so strong in the upper body. If you put Rowland on him, you just move him down inside. But you might, Donald Sloan could go.
Mike Singletary has been unbelievable in the second half. 19 second-half points. In fact, he scored 19 of Tech's last 21 points. Singletary is 7 for 11 this half. A&M 7. You look at our 6th man of the game. This one's a no-brainer. Mike Singletary with 27 points, a career high, brought to you by Motel 6.
The previous career high, 25 against New Mexico last year. Here's the call. You called it. They put Derek Rowland on him coming out of that timeout.
And a whistle and a foul on the court.
6'4" Derek Rowland inside at the post.
Run into the 1-and-1. He'll get the bonus. Team can bounce back again. They've never lost the lead, and the lead back to 3. Singletary again. He's just kind of taken over, hasn't he?
Now they're forcing switches. They're setting screens, and Texas A&M right now is switching screens. That time it was a guard screen and balance up over your feet. And if you're going to lean at all shooting a free throw, lean into it.
He hit his first 6. He's missed his last 2. And that one a little bit short too, but he hung in there.
Stayed up there.
Yep. So the lead back to 4. It was down to 1. Singletary again.
Perfect. Just perfect.
Count the basket.
Absolutely perfect execution by Texas Tech. Pat Knight made the adjustment. Instead of Singletary being on the perimeter, he flashes across with a cross screen, posted up on the right block, up fakes. Perfect. Absolutely perfect possession.
Well, you talked about it. As soon as they put Rowland on him, instead of having him outside, because they had him outside when he had a big guy on him, but now they put Rowland on him, take him down in the post.
Well, and who used to do that for Texas Tech better than Andre Emmett? I mean, we made the comparison, the same body size, the same type, and that would have
thought we'd say that at halftime or even start of the second half. Singletary bumped by Rowland. He'll go back to the line again. You know, with a game like this, the question Reed begs to be asked, why does he play like this? 33 points tonight. Blowing past his career high of 25.
What a game. Now Nathan Walkup has rotated over. He's going to take a turn on him.
So he goes back outside and hits a 3!
Woo! Man, oh man. I mean, put a big guy on me, I'm shooting threes. Put a little guy on me, I'm going to post him. But that trade wasn't even. That's a 3 for a 2.
And Singletary, he just seems to know, all right, you got a big guy on me, I'll go outside. You got
Singletary the ball. Don't let him catch it. Get out and deny him.
They're trying to, but Singletary cannot be stopped.
They can't even get a double team over to him. They've tried to run a triple team over there to him and could not get to him quick enough. 39 points for the 6'5" sophomore out of Kingwood, Texas.
That's the most points ever scored in the Phillips 66 Big 12 Championship. He passes Marcus Fizer, who once scored 38 for Iowa State. Singletary has scored 31 points. Texas A&M has scored 29.
Just remarkable. Brian
Texas
Davis.
Tech,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
They have never led in this game. And Singletary again. Wow.
It's unbelievable. I mean, Brian Davis, I interrupted you. Brian Davis comes out on him, so what do? He pops out to the perimeter and takes him off the dribble.
Tonight's Red Raiders have their first lead of the game.
At some point, if you're Texas A&M, don't you have to run a double team at him as soon as he catches it?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to do something to take the ball out of his hands. You cannot let this just continue. They're now 41 points in this basketball game, and he's making it look easy.
Remember the all-time Big 12 record for most points in a game? He's getting close to that.
I'm not sure I've ever seen a performance in a half of basketball like Mike Singletary just put on.
Make it 42 now. He can match A&M's half total. He does with 35, 43 points for Singletary, and the Red Raiders have reason to celebrate.
I'm stunned. Texas A&M was stunned. I'm stunned and dazed.
Who isn't? Mike Singletary, the game of his life. Pat?
Mike, I mean, how do you explain something like the night?
Man, I was just in the zone, I think. My teammates kept giving me the ball, and, we didn't want to lose this game. We didn't want to go home. And, we kept fighting hard, kept getting stops, and luckily my shots just kept going in.
feel like you were dominating like that as far as
Yeah, you know, once I got going a little bit, you know, posting up and, you know, hitting the threes, felt like, you know, I was going to have a good night. And my teammates just kept getting me the ball, and I just kept rolling, you know. They've had my back all year, so I decided to have their back for once.
During that stretch, what was it like being on the floor with them, and were you just trying to feed them every time you could?
I mean, it was just obvious. We just kept giving him the ball. I mean, we were all on his back. So as we said, he scored 29 straight points. So our offense was give him the ball and go from there. I had no problem doing it, and I don't think any of the teammates had a problem either.
Coach, what do you think? Voskuhl against Kansas or Singletary tonight?
I'll take them both.
Was there anything like early in the second half that gave you guys any particular hope that you could come back? I mean, I know you kept playing hard the whole time, but was there any kind of feeling that this was going to happen, or did it just happen when Mike got hot?
You know, we've been fighting all year. That's been our motto all year. You know, no matter how many points we're down, you know, we're going to fight till the very end. And you know, we started getting a few stops there. And, you know, we started chipping into the lead. And, you know, once we got it down to around 15 points, around 16, with about 14 minutes left, something like that, you know, we felt like we could come back. And our defensive pressure started, you know, increasing, and, you know, we started getting stops and we started getting buckets. So that really gave us hope.
By 9. Texas Tech, Texas A&M, and how about Mike Singletary?
Samurai
Making
Mike.
a name for himself. Yeah, 43 points off the bench, including 29 straight of left. Our morning buzz is the performance of the night. Coming in the Big 12 tournament, Texas Tech, Texas A&M, Pat Knight and the Red Raiders in the first round. And off a Knight's bench came one Mike Singletary. You've heard of the other one. And this one making a big name for himself last night. That's the first 2 points of what would be a huge night right there. That is 6 straight points for Singletary. And Singletary setting a pick here. Gets it back, sinks a 3. Now he has scored 9 in a row. This all coming in the second half. And then Singletary with another 3, 12 straight points. His team had trailed by 10 at the half. They're within 5. Singletary inside, lay-in and foul. He makes a free throw. That's 15 straight. He goes up 17 on 2 more foul shots. And then another 3-point play. That's 20 in a row for Singletary. A singular effort. The 3 from the corner. 25 consecutive points. He ties the game at 75. And here, we're up to 27 now. Texas Tech within 1, under 45 seconds left. Who do you think's going to get the ball? Singletary, the runner off the glass. He scores 29 straight points. His team is on top by 1. And let's put it in perspective. From 9:35 left in the game until 26 seconds left, Singletary going 9 for 10 from the field, 3 for 3 from three-point range, 8 for 10 from the line. So, Mike, how did it all come together?
Once I got going a little bit, you know, posting up and, you know, hitting the threes, felt like, you know, that I was going to have a good night. And my teammates just kept getting me the ball, and I just kept rolling. You know, they've had my back all year, so I decided to have their back for once.
He finishes with 43 on the night, but still the Aggies with a chance. Donald Sloan loses the handle. John Roberson recovers. He gets fouled. Tech sinks the free throws. They win it 88-83. So, Coach, does Singletary get to start next game?
No, because I got 43 points off the bench. And that's a great stat to have, so I don't want to ruin that stat. Because usually most of the teams that win, they get bench production, so I don't want to screw up the bench production.
No, you wouldn't want to mess up that.
No.
All right, here is Mike Singletary, the one you didn't know about before last night. He appeared in 29 games for the Red Raiders last year, scoring just over 7 a game. So who saw this coming? Entering Wednesday, just over 11 points a game. Not even in the top 3 in scoring on his own team. Previous career high, just 25 and a loss to New Mexico last season. And yes, he doesn't start, and apparently now we hear that he won't. Coming off the bench in 28 of his 32 games played this season.
All right, past couple of hours, we've been asking you, the fan, which play and moment did you love more?
Oh.
Dallas Green's game-winning shot in the Northeast Conference Final, or Mike Singletary's Big 12 championship record?
I loved Singletary.
Yeah, Hannah picked Singletary, as did most of America. 62% believe it's Singletary. That's the play or moment they love the most. 29 straight points for Singletary, who doesn't even start. en route to a Big 12 tournament record 43 for the Red Raiders.
The Playoff, brought to you by New Balance.
Sports Center right now. Mike Singletary making a name for himself. A Big 12 tournament history performance last night, scoring a record 43 points, including 29 straight for the Red Raiders, igniting a furious second-half comeback all by himself. Texas Tech knocking off A&M 88-83, the 43 points, breaking the old mark of 38 set by Iowa State's Marcus Fizer back in 2000. The Red Raiders next taking on Missouri.